When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thank you for getting your pod on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. I was just thinking about this. I had Harry do some new stuff, and he sent it to me. I just got it today. Would you like to hear some of the new things? I think a lot of people aren't familiar with how voice people work. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I wasn't saying anything. I want to know who your new writer is. I didn't get
who's writing.
I wasn't on this meeting.
Oh, no, I just fired off a ton. I had
a whole folder for you.
Well, good, because I'm going to have him do another, some more. Let me see. I got to go in here. Let's see. Harry Legg. Here we go. So Harry sends this, but this is interesting because you get to hear what a voice guy does. So, like Harry does radio stations around the world, actually. He's on in Australia, New Zealand. He does TV promos. He does news for TV news stations, like, coming up tonight at 6. And Harry does all that stuff.
Is it by the line or is it by the word? How does he
by
make
the
his
page.
money? By the page.
By the page. So he sent this stuff. So here is, let me see, Harry Legg. Let's see if I can get this to play and you guys can hear some of the stuff. But you'll hear like how he does it. And then when you'll hear the finished product, it's different.
Yo, Bill, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right, man. Thank you. For,
$85 right there.
Again, and bring me back.
Yeah, right.
Glad it's still happening and going well, I assume.
Sounds like Spazzano right there before he balls out.
Rather than edit these all nicely for you, because there's so much attitude in this, you're gonna get multiple takes, so you can choose what.
All right,
like.
so you got to go through and figure out what you like, right? So
it's Billified. It's Billified. It's Billified. It's Billified.
So this is how like a voice guy would
Real
do it.
conversations, no filter, no apologies, no apologies.
So then you would jam it
Real
all together.
conversations, no filter, no apologies.
I'm hoping that he did
no apologies.
Some of the liners I had, but that gives you how voice guys work. So they just send a bunch of stuff. They'll read it. Here we'll go. Like, I think this whole file is like 5 minutes long of him just doing that. But here we'll go 2 minutes in.
The crew is in. Anything can happen. It usually does. The crew is in. Anything can happen. It usually does.
Or
sounds like you should have called me.
Ready to start a podcast?
Yeah, there's
I just passed him.
No, I know. So he did so he did a bunch, so we'll get those all chopped up and ready to go. But the so new Harry stuff. It's just weird, right?
New leg.
You hear, you don't, it's not what, I don't think most people know what they do when they go in there. You get someone like the movie guys and stuff like that. I don't think Harry's done any movie trailers, but
you should put your name out there to do some of that, make an extra couple of bucks.
Because he doesn't have enough shit going on.
Yeah, okay. I have.
Because he'll be too busy. All the radio stations will come calling real quick.
No, they won't.
You'll have 6 people.
Yeah,
you can handle it.
There'll be nothing. There will be absolutely nothing. You guys were talking beforehand that there's another American Pie coming out, and or you said it, right?
Yeah.
And then Kevin said it's AI.
I think it was
AI stuff, right?
Fake internet.
Fake internet. Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out is what's real and what's not, because I saw this story, and the only places I can attribute it to are Instagram and Facebook. So it doesn't sound real to me.
Well, what's the story?
The story is, and it just made me think of how many people would love to have done something like this. The story is that a woman faked amnesia. okay, and pretended not to know her mother-in-law. And
I can attribute that story being truthful. I do that shit all the time. Yesterday, in fact.
Well, hang on. It says right here. Okay. So this is all I saw this, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting because how many people would want to do something like this? Like, right? I when I was married, I at times,
how you doing?
At times, I know I made my mother-in-law uncomfortable. She told me. Sometimes she just make me so uncomfortable. Okay, so a 31-year-old woman is going viral after allegedly faking total memory loss for 4 straight years. Now, this is where
I wanted to do that, but I can never do it.
Right. Okay.
He's not smart enough.
So I'm trying to find out, like, because the headline is woman arrested after faking amnesia for 4 years to avoid her mother-in-law. So then you go in.
But why would you be arrested?
Great question. This is why I'm back to it's probably bullshit.
I mean, it's probably real, but I don't think she'd be.
Well, why would you be arrested for it? That's what I'm trying to see. It's like, but there's no news source here.
Right.
Okay. So that's why you wonder about stuff. But 31-year-old woman going viral, all to dodge her mother-in-law before the entire plan blew up in spectacular fashion. According to sources, I don't know who they are, Emily Harper of Phoenix convinced her husband she had suffered a sudden case of amnesia, claiming she couldn't remember large chunks of her life, including, conveniently, his mom. Couldn't remember who his mom was.
So it wasn't selective amnesia, it was just his mom.
Yeah. Doctors were reportedly consulted. Sympathy poured in. The family adjusted.
Could it be insurance fraud?
Well, that would be the fraud. That I was just as we're saying that, I was thinking the same thing, Kevin. That would be the fraud, right? Because you got insurance fraud. And somehow it worked for years. She played it perfectly. You're a pretty good actor. I don't think you're this good.
I couldn't because
You would crack.
someone walks in the
Or
room.
you forget something that you've done.
Someone walks in the room.
Yeah.
right?
Well, yep. Go on.
You're naturally gonna look at them like you know them. I don't know how you would not do that.
Okay. So this, I was going to say,
Broad.
yeah,
Broad.
this dumb broad. That's what I was going to say.
It's dumb bitch.
The long con reportedly included learning routines, asking repeated questions, which would make sense, right? And carefully avoiding any situation that might expose her until one tiny mistake ruined everything. And again, sources, which I cannot find, say during a family gathering, Harper allegedly referred to her mother-in-law by an old nickname, one that she hadn't, quote unquote, known since before the supposed memory loss. Silence, then chaos. She tried to play it off. A witness said, but at that point it was over. Confronted by family members, the story quickly unraveled. What started as confusion turned into a full-blown outrage as the realization hit. This has all been an act.
That's kind of ass, though, on the mother-in-law's part to start being a bitch like that. Like, oh, I knew you fucking knew me. You know me.
Authorities were eventually called following a heated argument, and she was detained. Now faces charges tied to fraud and false reporting. Even after being, taken in, she reportedly told officers, "You don't understand what I was dealing with."
Was this like an all the time amnesia
I
thing,
don't-
or like was she
Well,
cool with her husband?
Yeah. She had some of it came back.
Maybe
Some
pounded
other
into her.
things, and some other things didn't. And like most people do not want to deal with uncomfortable relationships directly. They just don't. I mean, think about that. Like, I'm sure everyone at this table probably can think of somebody that they had an uncomfortable relationship with. It could be a relative. It could be somebody that just sort of, you're like, oh God, here we go. They're
Could be
gonna,
Bill Moran.
they're gonna- oh yeah, it could be. You delay, you dodge, you do this. You ghost people, you forget things. You stay busy, right? You can't get there. And or let's say at like Thanksgiving and stuff, I would be famous for taking a nap. I would do a nap to get out of stuff.
I drink to take a nap.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean?
It's not really a nap. It's more
Right.
passing out.
Right. But I mean, why are family dynamics so sometimes emotionally exhausting? And it is tough when it's like the mother and daughter-in-law. That can be a tough relationship.
But so can the mother-in-law and son-in-law.
Yes, if your name is
I
Kevin.
would think that it's more mother-in-law, daughter.
Yeah, I think sometimes, well, if it's the daughter-in-law, right? But if it's, you can also have the mother-in-law to the son too, if they feel like you're not
Good enough.
treating their daughter right,
or you don't do this or you don't do that.
Yeah, apparently someone's been living this. Real, I never
20-something years.
I never got that. Do you actually get negative feedback from your mother-in-law?
I don't listen to.
Okay, but I mean, I shouldn't even ask that question because that's not fair. That's loaded, and that's only going to cause problems for you. But
yeah, thanks.
Well, I mean, like a lot of times
We're starting shit.
Right. But we feel trapped instead of honest. Like you feel like you can't say anything because you know what's going to happen if you do say something. I mean, I've certainly been there, right?
And at the end of the day, 2 and 2 could be 4, but it's always going to be 6 if she's saying it's 6.
Yeah. But I just can't imagine committing so hard to avoiding a family relative, your mother-in-law.
She had to be a fucking asshole.
I gotta think. That's why I'm dying to know. Like, does this person really exist? Is this a real story? How do I get to talk to this human being?
But what do you do as the husband now? Do you got to cut
Well,
bait?
see, this is just it. Okay, if you found out that your wife was lying, and let's say it's your insurance and everything else, and now, like, there's a possibility, I don't know if some health insurances would kick you off. Is it possible? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's through your work, but all they offer is Blue Cross, Blue Shield, whatever. And so now you're kicked off. What do you do? And yeah, I don't know. It's somebody who lied. I mean,
I think you'd have to find a way to prove that you had no clue that she was being a dumb broad.
well, see, that's the thing. I mean, this woman essentially auditioned for a soap opera, Mark, for 4 years. And I know you love soap operas, but that's a soap opera theme.
Storyline.
Is it not?
It's a storyline going on. right now.
100%. Okay. Okay. Look
Storyline
at that.
going
Right
on.
now.
There you go.
We don't know whether he's lying or not.
Right. So that's the fucked up part. Kevin, that is a great question. I never even thought of. What do you do if that is your wife?
And how does it work if you're like, I'm keeping my wife? What's my mother? Am I losing my mother at that point? I don't think the mother's ever coming around again.
No.
Or Christmas and Easter are going to be really awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be tough.
I'm thankful she got her memory back. at
How do you like
Thanksgiving.
fake confusion at birthdays? Like you don't have to buy anything.
It'd be great.
Oh my God.
I've been thinking about doing this for years.
It's easy. You just drink like I do.
Right?
I fake confusion at all family functions.
Oh God. How about like you don't feel like cooking and somebody's like, hey, can you make your famous baklava or whatever? And you're like, I don't even remember the recipe. How am I gonna do it? I don't know nothing. I don't know anything. You know, you walk into this would be really good to if you could pull it off. You walk into the room and go, why are these people in our house? Why are they in our house?
Why are these people?
Who are they? Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Yes, that would be great. The whole thing that I find so odd is that she lied. It's not that she allegedly lied. She lied, right? Out and out lied to the point where she's in legal trouble for probably that. And I think that every person who can probably hear our voices at some point understands that impulse for at least a second.
I gotta wonder how
At least a second.
How bad was the mother-in-law?
This is what I'm trying
I
to.
mean, if you got to cook this up for 4 years, that is one big grunt.
Well, it's not really. Yeah, right. Because this isn't really about memory loss. It's about the.
This isn't like, oh,
it's
this happened
emotional
last
gymnastics.
weekend.
Right.
This is 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's probably 2, 3, 4, 5 months of planning this
What?
beforehand.
Yeah, but think of like the emotional gymnastics you have to do to avoid being around people, just in general. Like, how many times have you just said you're busy or you can't do something, or you ever do that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody has, because sometimes you just you just don't have the energy. You don't have the whatever. But I mean,
I think the guy is more screwed than the girl. I mean, yeah, she's facing legal, but he's facing a choice:
yes,
mom or pussy.
right. So I am gonna say, okay. So if this were my wife and she did this,
It's a terrible example. We should move on.
no, what I'm saying
Yeah.
well, no, but if I were married and this person, let's say I was married to this person and now it comes out, what do I do?
Well,
What do I do?
Can you use examples of when you were married?
No, because
I immediately have amnesia myself. Who
yeah,
are these people?
Who are these people? No, I don't. I don't remember things like that in particular. But I'm trying to think, like, what would I have done? I'm not sure. I really don't know, because I have to think like
You would have found the answer
Well, don't you think
at the
everybody?
bottom of a Guinness bottle.
Yeah.
And if it
No,
wasn't at the bottom of the
okay,
first one,
so
it would have
more-
been at the bottom of the second
Okay,
one.
so
Wasn't
more-
there a third.
More avoidance.
Yes.
Avoidance on top of avoidance.
You would have found it at the bottom of one of the Guinness
Right,
cans.
but like Mark, what? Let's say you were in a relationship. Every one of your brothers who love you and have looked out for you your entire life, right? Because you're the youngest kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they going to say? What are they going to say?
I know.
Or are they going to go, "Well, we get it. Mom's a real pain in the ass," or I have no idea. So I think in a way, you either have to be really, really, really strong, or you have to go, "Oh my God, there's something like to pull this off." Don't you think you got to be a little mentally off? Like, what else is she lying about?
Or a genius.
Well, okay, but
I'm cutting bait on both. I'm out.
yeah, but I
she
mean,
did this. Think about this.
Yeah.
She did this for 4 fucking years.
according to this, yes, and I really, I'm dead serious.
That's
I
But
can't.
the problem is, it could be 4 years, but it could be Christmas and Thanksgiving over 4 years. It may be
Still.
where mom lives in another state, maybe, but
So they would go visit her probably, and
I mean, I do know people who don't get along with their mother-in-law, so the son would go visit. No, the son would go visit his mom. Is the son would go visit his mom without
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that just it became kind of the thing. And by the way, I have witnessed, and it was not my mother, but I have witnessed a very good friend's mother, and it might have, right after they were married, just say these passive aggressive, like it made me uncomfortable.
something made you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because I made me
I want to hang out with that person.
it made me uncomfortable for my buddy, because it was things like we were helping him move.
Hold on. There is no way in hell that you felt uncomfortable. You were laughing at your buddy that he felt uncomfortable.
No,
because that's who you are.
Okay,
No, when if I'm getting dressed down by my wife in front of you two,
Oh, I hate it.
you're
I
gonna
see.
you're
I don't
gonna
know
feel
what to say.
uncomfortable for me.
That's
You're
true.
gonna bust my fucking balls later about it,
Yeah.
like it's
Right.
my job. But it's gonna be uncomfortable in
I
that
see what you're-
time
yeah.
frame.
Yes. So I didn't bust his balls on it. What made me uncomfortable was like I also had become close with his wife. Like, you know what I mean? She
Yeah.
was a friend. They were together. They were a package deal now, and it was uncomfortable because I didn't know what to do, and I had somebody with me, and there would be things like, you know, that were just things that were said at the time that always made me like, ugh.
How is Tommy doing now?
I will tell you, this is not about Tommy.
I know.
That I know, but I just talked. I just talked to him.
I actually thought it was.
no, it is.
I
not.
actually thought
No,
it was. Yeah.
no. But I will tell you off air, and you'll probably know the person too. But he had me laughing, and we were only on the phone. If we were on together for 4 minutes, it was a long time, but we cover a lot of ground very quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very funny, and yeah. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes modern adulthood is just an avoidance dance. I don't know. It's like maybe a little more a sophisticated avoidance, right?
I try to avoid people, but Bill will send photos all the time.
Oh, what did I do? Oh, that one of you in the trench coat.
What?
What photo?
No, forget it. You didn't understand what I meant.
Oh,
Or you get the other side of that relationship where your last radio partner, it's just all fucking roses and bumblebees because he just doesn't want to deal with it.
yeah. Well, okay.
That's a package deal.
Okay. That's a very. I know what you're saying there, but I would say take it to anybody online curating fake happiness. Right? There's no way.
But that person's so he's so unconfrontational that
I know. Yes.
So it was like
I think I said to the person, I called him a pussy. I used to say it all the time. I go, you're a pussy. I got it. Oh, no, I know.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Right.
But I mean, there was like a pushback. Like it was shocking because no one would say that. And I would just say it. I go, I got it. I'll handle management on this one.
I know the family too.
Yeah. Well, wonderful people.
Great people.
Yes.
Old school
yes,
people.
Yes.
That's what I'll say that.
Yeah. How do all these things then go back to bite me in the ass? Because I'm talking,
I've saved myself from saying about 3 or 4 things.
I'm sure, but I'm sure. No, because I'm thinking about like my college roommate who I love, and I know he listens. I know he listens to the podcast.
We didn't mention his name.
No, but I don't need to, and I don't want to make him uncomfortable either. But I just remember it, and I remember it made me bristle. Like, honest to God, I was like, oh, shit.
Every time I go.
And the woman that I was with who was helping, and we're out of town moving, it kind of comes to me. It's like, oh, my God.
Was it, what did you bristle because it was PTSD because you had just gone through that recently with your wife?
No, I wasn't. This is pre me getting married.
It's like a flashback for you?
This is pre me getting married. This is pre me. No, yeah, I've had those as well. No, but it was pre that. So it was strange. I just know the person that was with me is like, and I go, I don't know. And I think that it's just, I think sometimes
you've had that situation that being on the other end of it.
What's that?
The one flipping out on somebody and you're on the other side.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you have no idea.
It was her versus the school district and you over here trying to be Switzerland.
Yeah, well. Yep, there was those things. There were many things. There was a time where I think one of my favorite moments when we did the break room. And it's one of my favorite moments now. Certainly wasn't at the time. Having kids and Jackson was just a little guy at the time, and there were sensory things, right?
He was only 5'9" at that point.
Yeah, maybe it might have been. I don't know. Kevin, I don't know. So at the time, it was like they were predicting snow, and I don't know why, but there was a snow shovel that was out, and the boys were playing with it. They might have been doing like a battle, and one was using it as a shield. I have no idea, and it was requested that
put it back,
that the shovel be put on the front porch. Just make sure it's back before you leave in the morning, because if it's snowing, I'm going to have to shovel a path to the bus. And if the bottom of his pants get wet,
I know this. Wait, I know this story.
Okay. Then if you do, tell me the rest of it.
Didn't your son end up getting his pants wet and blamed you? Your ex blamed you for it. Is there? Am I in the right?
You're in the right vicinity. So, it's probably like when you were doing, even now, I would say, if you're doing a morning radio show, the biggest hour to really win is that 7 o'clock hour. That's when most
7 o'clock giving away.
Yeah,
tickets.
That's where there was always like 7:20, or you would hear somebody. Sometimes they would do cartoons. Right. And it would be for a more family station. There was always something centered around that time to bring listeners in because they wanted to win that hour.
That's when everybody's in the car.
That's when everyone's in the car. So it had to be like somewhere in that hour phone rings, and I wish Danny were here because he'd remember exactly, because he would screen the calls. And
The phrase that pays.
I go, uh-oh. And Dave's like, you got to take the call. He's like all nervous because I guess she was. And she comes on and she starts screaming about the shovel being left in the side yard. And where is the shovel? Right? Screaming, where is the shovel?
This is on there, right?
This is on the
And Tommy's laughing his ass off.
no. Everybody is very, very quiet because it's like, it's uncomfortable. You are watching a guy basically be neutered. And I can't, looking back, I'm not even mad at her. I think that sometimes.
I mean, you're not mad.
Well, no, I'm serious.
No, it's all for the ratings, baby.
Well, it's not all for the ratings. It is just awful and
Neutered
embarrassing.
for the ratings.
It was neutered. Okay. But no, it wasn't that. It's just like I can trying to get two guys who are 16 months apart out the door at the same time. Everybody fed, dressed. All of a sudden, someone's pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's chaotic. I was never home for mornings. When I was amazed. Just now, it's just me and Jameson. When it was for a while before his mom moved back, I didn't know how to. It was hard to get him out the door, literally. And he was a teenager. So I give a little grace to that. However,
it's easier when they're younger. When they're teenagers, it's a pain in the ass.
that yes. So, however, I will just say that she calls up and launches into, where is the shovel? I told you, leave the shovel on the thing. There's like, and then there's this awkward silence. And Tommy goes, I think the shovel's in your purse next to his balls. And we all just fucking busted out laughing, or some line like that. Like, it was fantastic, but it was one of those ones where you didn't even, like, how do you even address it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was sort of it might have been amped up by
And
her
the worst
for
part
radio,
is
but it was
it's
certainly
the kid's fault, but you're the one that takes the blame.
Well, she did ask me. I can't, like, there's no part of the story can I go, that didn't happen. That did happen. I remember. Did you get it? And I remember being inside, like, fuck it, it's not going to snow tomorrow.
Oh, you were told to go out and get it.
Yeah. Can you just make sure it's back on? Because I was out playing with them.
Oh.
Can you just make sure
I
that
would have thought it was just the boys.
just
the
get
boys
left?
were told to put
No,
it back.
left.
I do that all the time.
No, left in the side yard, whatever. That's it. All right, we'll take a moment. This
'Cause we just found a boot that a couple weeks ago that Brady lost in the snow pile. It finally melted down.
That's great.
And it was one of Carrie's.
Oh, geez. Well, see, but she didn't call up yelling.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a moment. Be right back.
Lucky you got out of that.
Yeah. We're back on. We're back. Yeah. No, it's okay. I don't want to. I'm only warning you.
I'm still talking off air. And
No, I know.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's fine. Yes, but I mean, how funny is that though?
That's a great.
Like,
great
how
line.
funny is that? And it is weird because you guys
Just knowing both people, how funny it is too.
Oh yeah.
know the players.
Yes, but like, that guy is, I will say, and I've said for many, many years, maybe the funniest to ever do that.
Well, let's put it this way: how many shows have gone? How many people have gone through that one show?
What do you mean? Weeds the show?
Weeds left.
Yeah.
He stayed. You left.
Yeah.
He stayed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like they've kept him there for 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's 3'6" and they can pay him as a child.
But he was so he was funny all the time, and it just I loved working with him, and God, I mean, we just had so much fun. Just even doing this, we would annoy Wheeze with stuff. The two of us would just have something like,
Oh, you guys ganged up on Weeds, which made it. No,
sometimes.
no, you did. I mean,
They would gang
made
up.
it fun.
You would gang up on Weeze and all. Sometimes you'd even loop in T, and that made it even worse.
Yeah, well,
Which it was great.
it was easy stuff. But then I would do things, really horrible things that I will not admit to right in front of a microphone now. But I used to do things when certain people would call into the show. I would go out and Weeze's back was to this window, but Tommy was facing it. And I used to do all these skits outside, and Tommy couldn't breathe, and Weeze would get so pissed off because Tommy was just laughing and laughing. But it would be someone who was kind of like they had to be on. They were a really big name in Western New York, and even known nationally, and friend of the show calling in, and I would go out and just make so much fun of the person.
Was he 5'6", or was he prior to 5'6"?
I don't know.
Only thing I know is,
Did he wear 12 or did he wear 7?
He was prior.
only thing I know
He was
is
prior.
that we went on vacation and Joan Osborne came in
Yes.
and she never returned ever again on the show.
Oh, really?
Oh
I
yeah,
thought she came in when he was there.
when he was there, that's why she never came back to the show.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I thought she loved him, or he
Look,
loved
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy.
Weeze wasn't there.
Oh,
So you had Tommy, Tommy, talking about, talking about Tommy things.
Well, there was I mean, not to get too stupid radio stuff, but there were times I've talked about the DA calling up and chewing me out, and
Right, we just talked about that, didn't we?
yeah, and it had nothing to do with me, but that was always
Well, like, that happens.
The
to you all
number of
the time.
stupid shit you did to get a laugh in that place between those you and him, with the candy with Jack.
Well, that was him. I didn't do that. I just remember being so excited that it actually works.
Weren't you and him on the show for my tuxedo story?
Yes. Yep. We
Yeah.
were. Yeah. That was all. That
I'm still banned from the mall.
Oh, who can get banned from Greece from any mall?
Yeah, he walks into BTB 3 times a week.
I mean,
He's banned
Yeah.
from the mall.
Yeah.
Can't go
That
to
was always
BTB.
the joke when I go to BTB. Aren't you banned from the mall?
it's fun. It's funny because you mentioned roast, and you guys were talking about the Kevin Hart roast, and I have not seen it on Netflix. And as you were talking, like you sounded like you might have been slightly disappointed in it. I don't know,
Because Tom
Is that
Brady's
fair?
was so good
Yeah.
that this just, I guess I just had more expectations.
I just
on
don't
it.
understand. I don't understand the roasts anymore.
Okay.
Like Jeff Ross
Yeah.
wasn't on the dais, but came out and then
Yeah.
sat on the dais.
Okay.
And they had
Right.
like on the Tom Brady roast, they had a whole row of people behind him. I had no idea who they were.
Well,
Like, just-
some of the comics.
No, I don't know who
I
they
didn't
were.
know who they were.
Like you know how Tom Brady had like
Yes.
Randy Moss sitting back there and
Yeah, yeah.
Logan Mank,
Oh, so Kevin Hart had people sitting
but
back
I don't.
there.
We didn't, they never addressed who they were.
Okay.
They never really roast any of them.
Buddies.
Some of the, I mean, it was not one of the better roasts with talent wise. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously Jeff Frost was there, but you had no Nikki Glazer. You had no Lisa Lampanelli, who hasn't done it in a while, anyways. but
Yeah.
What was
You didn't have those big name.
Yeah, Chelsea Handler was
She was
doing-
all right.
She was okay. Yeah, I mean nothing great.
Yeah, I always thought it's a weird thing because I as you guys were talking about it, I'm thinking like, we are in this I'll call it huge cultural tension, right? Where those kind of jokes, like those are the ones that were getting people canceled or
They set
And
up
I know that-
they set up a lot of that though, because they were doing prior to the roast, leading up to the roast.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart had that basically last comic standing that he was doing on Netflix.
yeah, I didn't watch that. Any
And-
good?
It was all right. They
Yeah.
they did all different types of, you
Yeah.
had your regular stand up. They had a week that they had crowd work.
Yeah.
They did a roast of Marshawn Lynch, which was pretty funny.
I bet that was great.
That was pretty funny. That was
Yeah.
some good.
See this.
I think the best joke on that one was that Kevin Hart is the slave you get when you buy Marshawn Lynch. I almost fell out of my chair at
But
work.
see,
laughing
like,
at that one.
okay, so those are the things.
But I get it. It's a roast. It's a joke, and
Yes.
that's what. And
yes,
Nikki
in that-
Glazer was actually kind of explaining that a
Yes.
roast is where you say these things. It's not to get canceled.
No,
It's a roast
not.
is to come out and just say
but
the unexpected.
we've demonized certain things,
Right.
and like I do wonder, and for a while there were like everybody was getting roasted for their birthday. You know what I mean? These silly things, and I always go, well, look, everybody wants what they call authenticity. Just nobody wants to sit in that discomfort or be that person, and that's where I always I mean, a roast at the level of like a Kevin Hart, it used to mean you made it. Was kind of the thing.
Well,
back in the day, go back
To
to
the Friars Club.
yes,
Right.
you made it.
it doesn't necessarily mean you made
No.
it. No.
No, because now half the audience, laughs, and the other half are like,
Or like, what the fuck?
yeah, they file some kind of an emotional.
I kind of want one.
incident
I kind
report.
of want one for my 50th birthday.
Oh, you'll
I
get.
want my friends to roast.
Oh, you'll get one.
But see, like that's fun, and I think that
It doesn't have to be broadcast anywhere. Just
no,
you and Mark come to my party and you guys, do 5 minutes.
And the good thing about you is that you don't get offended on anything, so you'd be laughing.
Right.
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could have someone drill on me.
We would, both of us would probably make you cry. You'd be pissed and get up and walk away.
That's what I'm saying. Because you guys aren't nice people.
Well, it's a roast. You're not supposed to be nice.
Well, you're not nice people in general. I can only see on a fucking roast.
It's not meant to be hateful. It's meant to. It's meant to sting.
Well, you guys always
But you got to be like, they're just fucking busting balls.
Well, okay, so like a roast is temporary permission, right? To say the things, to say all the things
you want to say.
That you normally suppress it, but now's your chance. Get it out of your system. And I just think
some looking piece of shit.
Right. It's because it's all the things like you can't say at work, you can't say in public, you shouldn't say in a relationship or about a relationship or about somebody else's relationship. But you know what I mean? Or online, you get attacked if you say it. But during a roast, everybody agrees. Tonight we're here saying the quiet part out loud, folks, and that's it. You really want one for your 50th? When is that?
January.
This coming year?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were
I
there.
can't believe you're gonna be 50.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was. I think it might have been Pete Davidson said that Kevin Hart was the little N-word, which was kind of funny too.
I mean,
See,
The lowercase.
all right, so that's where like I cringe a little bit because it becomes racial.
Right.
Not racist, racial. It's racial humor. And I don't know, like some of that stuff.
That's the problem. You got you've got all these black comedians up there.
Yes,
I'm not
right.
saying it's a bad thing.
No.
I mean, it was funny,
Yes.
but you've got all these black comedians and then you got Pete Davidson. Jeff Frost is going to come out and say whatever Jeff Frost wants.
Right. Yeah. I always, but
And
here's
Chelsea Handler's the same. There was, I think, 3 white people. It was Jeff Ross, Chelsea Handler, and Pete Davidson.
here's where I think Mark would get uncomfortable.
When he sits down,
No, because I think
shit.
that
because the chair creaks.
no, I think that Mark would
chair
get
breaks.
I think he would get uncomfortable. And I do wonder with a lot of people, especially when you're getting roasted by your friends and things. Like we expect like over the top when we watch a TV roast, don't we? I
But
mean,
would
the Tom
he-
Brady roast was filthy.
Would he get more weirded out if it was you and me, or if it was Matt and Natalie,
Well,
who are going to tell more personal stories than what we've got?
okay, but I think,
I expect know what you guys say, but you're absolutely right. That's a good point.
okay, so
You're going to be more
That's-
cringe with that.
that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because it's comedy, right? Or is it comedy disguised as real aggression?
Yes.
And so I could see you thinking that underneath every joke is some truth. And there is some truth, right? There is some. But that's where we poke fun out of it at it. And sometimes, like I have written stuff and said, I'm not saying it. Because I just feel like it would be it almost cuts too much to the quick. How do you soften that? Do you just eliminate it?
And then I've written stuff and he just said it.
yeah, but
out of a dinner.
that was I did that all. on my
See,
own.
we were gonna do one for Matt. Right?
Yes. And
my
I didn't-
biggest fear was he would take
He
it
would
well.
take it too personally.
No, he would take it well. Then he'd go home and think
Yes,
about it.
yes,
Then he'd
that's-
start calling
well, this
people
is-
out.
have a couple
this
drinks
is-
and be like, you
this is what
motherfucker.
this is what I'm saying. And that's why a lot of times the roastee gets the last word. But you know, how good are people? But hang on a second. How good are people to write something in the moment and remember what people said? Like you got to be pretty on your game. You're there. You probably want to have a couple of drinks to relax. It's your party. It's your thing. And I don't know. I feel like a roast, especially among your friends, is basically it's, hey, we all noticed this thing about you.
Right.
But tonight we finally get to admit that we all noticed this thing about you. And that's where I think the uncomfortable comes in. And you're right. I look, in today's day and age, if you got roasted and you went home and you thought about it,
Right.
where are you going next?
Right.
Online
That's right.
or somewhere. Or you're texting people,
Right.
and it gets ugly. And they're like, hey, it was just a joke. But I mean, it's not.
And the first thing that we're going to do as soon as you say something's off limits, that's immediately where him and I are going.
Right.
Right. Because
And we know it's off limits. All right, let's move on.
yes. Well, okay. Yeah. No,
I'm setting myself up right now.
But I mean, you always have like the cheap friend. If you pick on the cheap friend, it's no one, I don't know. The person who's always late, those are minor things. You know, somebody who's dramatic. It's the guy who says he's getting back in shape every January. And then
You've just said 3 statements that are Bill Moran.
what do you mean?
The guy that's always late,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
the drama queen,
Yeah.
and the guy that's getting in shape every January.
Well, he looks
Keep going.
Well, he looks pretty good, so he's obviously working. It's obviously
See,
working.
look at you. Oh, I'm going to come over there and give you plant a kiss on
Oh,
that cheek.
come on, baby.
I am down
You look fantastic.
probably
Except-
like 22 pounds.
Except for that vest.
I know. I realized I wore the vest the other day too, but I was looking this morning. This morning I was going to wear this one shirt, and I'm like, yeah, I can wear that.
I'm down 10.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It's
I'm up 15.
no, you're not.
All
The
right.
house always wins. The house never wins at my house, baby. I never take a loss.
But wait, like my dad would like basically roast you when he came in. I mean, somewhat of a tongue-in-cheek way, but I grew up with that. That's why when people actually really rip on me, I don't even know if like they could be ripping on shit. I'm usually not hurt by that at all. Although I have a friend who I know has said things that has really hurt people, and they've carried it around for a while. Like they didn't take it as a joke. They were really hurt by somebody, and it wasn't me.
But would you be able to sit there and take a joke of, somebody making comments about you being touched when you were a kid?
Yeah,
Could you handle that?
yeah, because I used to
he
I used to do a joke where I said, I did it very few times because it never landed the way I wanted it to. But I'll give you the premise of the joke.
The
It's
dick
like-
was oaky.
No. That's actually really funny. That's really funny. It's an
Oaky kind of wood.
yeah, no, this was where I said I go hey, one of my fellow victims out there. People were like, I'll be like, anybody been molested, touched by that uncle or whatever like that? I go, listen, I was molested. And you hear, oh my God, or something. I go, hey, don't worry about me. I know about 7 different ways to get out of a ticket. And it just never hit the way. I thought it was funny. I just thought it was, it wasn't 7 different ways. I know seven different ways you never thought of to get out of a ticket. That's what it was. And it was, sometimes it would get like one person like really would laugh, but it was like one of those slow groaners. And I go, all right, I just can't do this. I thought it was really funny. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I know 7 different ways to get out of your underwear too.
But am I wrong if I said I was molested, but don't feel bad for me? I know 7 different ways to get out of a ticket you haven't even thought of. I thought it was funny, and then I just
Or you should go with
maybe I'll bring it back. Maybe I'll try
try
it.
try it this
Let's
way.
bring it
We'll
back.
try it with I was molested, but don't worry about me. I've seen my asshole.
I want to do 5 minutes. I want to do 5 minutes of comedy.
I know you do.
I want to make a comeback.
Well, let me.
I'll write it and we'll do it in here.
No, not in here. I want to do it live.
Oh, you want to do it live? Here's the thing that you brought something up earlier. Yeah, I'm not even sure if you were aware before we came on the air. Could your kids? I don't know that my youngest kid could survive the 80s and 90s roast culture now, because we did rip on each other
Oh, sure.
all the time.
Oh, it was
And there was
it's bullying now.
it's bullying.
I was the poster child of that for freaking 6
You
years.
still are.
Well, actually, you know what? I take that back, for 30 years. Because Fidel Castro's at least mentioned once a year.
Oh, the Fidel Castro. It's the greatest thing. I couldn't believe it. But I mean, I don't know.
Imagine if you'd have married Kate McLean. It would have been 2 geniuses.
Look,
Wait a minute. How do you know about that?
What?
Nothing.
Did you and Kate McLean hook up?
No, we hung out a little bit.
Okay. Look at
You don't you remember ripping on me about
Maybe
that?
that's how she got dumb.
You know, I just
Here's you. You go, man. He goes, you had to do a third one. You already Therese. You go.
Oh my God!
All the traffic
Yeah.
goes, and he says, "Who's going to be the third one?"
Wait a minute. You
oh shit.
Oy.
Okay.
Freeze the third name boy?
She
She's a friend of mine. I'm not saying anything bad.
When I was on the Zone, they had her be the news person, the girl that you talked about,
Okay.
Kate, and
Yeah.
She talked about it as a mystery guest. We talked to her about it.
oh yeah, okay. And I said she kept saying there was petite larceny, and I let it go, but I was so hungover, and I had such a headache that I think by it was maybe 7:00. We started at 6. I think actually we started at 5:30. So it might have been 6:30.
Were you sober at all on the Zone?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I was, but this was a bad one because I don't. It didn't matter. But it was my Labatt Blue period. I said something to the effect of, "How dumb are you?" I go, "What is that, robbery?" I go, "Hang on a second. What did you say?" She said, "Petite larceny." I go, "What is that, robbery by midgets?" How fucking dumb? Oh, well, I don't think I said effing. I said, "How dumb are you?" It's petty larceny. Petty. That's how it's spelled. That's how it's pronounced, but I know it's spelled the other way.
See, that's what you do to people.
I know. Mark, I had heard it maybe 3 times. So
But it wasn't her fault that she. Well, it was her fault. She stayed
Yes!
around. But it wasn't her fault that you stayed out till freaking 3 in the morning.
And what a professional person would have done is walked in after the first time and said, "Hey, let me just tell you that I know it looks like it's spelled that way. This is what I would probably do now." Well, maybe not.
Even I would know. Even I would know that.
You would let it. You would still let it go.
Yeah,
and
but
crush.
well, right. But at the time, I remember looking at her going, "Huh?" And then she just kept going on. Then it came up again, and then I'm like, I can't sit here and listen to this. And I remember having a headache, and I was already in battle with them over some other dumb thing they wanted me to do, and I said no to, and they were all mad at me. And
that freaking gig was just a shit show from the start.
what?
Your Zone gig, that was just a shit show.
Well, it wouldn't have been had I. You're uncovering things that I have really readdressed in my life.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying is it has nothing to do with radio.
That was pre-marriage too. That was
no,
Britain Road.
it wasn't. It was pre-marriage,
Yeah.
but I was engaged
Yes.
to be married, and I called it off, and then I went right into the shitter,
Right.
drinking and
All right.
and I said this earlier on a different podcast. I just said that I would avoid anything that was kind of hurt feelings or whatever by getting drunk and hooking up. I love women. I loved women. I absolutely love them.
30 years later, he's still drinking.
And he still loves women.
That was funnier though when he just said he's still drinking. But yeah, so I did that, and that was my problem. So I just being alone, having to sit home alone and go to bed early because you had a morning show to do. That's all you ever wanted was to do morning radio.
Right.
And you were a guy that they thought could really, it was a more, I would say, probably a station that they were trying to make 60-40 in terms of 60% women audience, 40%
Right.
male. So you had to have a little bit of an edge, but appeal to women. And it was right in my lane if I had played that lane, but I didn't. Had I stayed married or had I gotten married, it probably worked out great. Probably would have worked out
You
great.
were,
Just
set,
think
you, were
you-
set, you were set up to fail with that management of that station from the get-go.
Oh, absolutely.
There was-
You think so?
There was no chance that you and that guy were going to get along.
Nope.
Ever.
Oh, that guy. He's
All right.
dead too.
Oh, I know.
Let's talk about the Sabres game.
Why?
I don't know. I'm
They
trying
lost.
to change that.
No, it's fine. They got beat up pretty bad.
They're in trouble.
We said that he posted that they wouldn't win another game in the series. I'm like, what what a freaking fair weather fan.
So what is it now?
They're
2-2?
down 2-1,
Oh, they're
Yeah,
down
I
2-1.
don't see them winning.
and they can't play in the. They can't do a thing in their defensive zone. They're just making mistake after mistake.
Yeah, but the other thing is that season, I don't know how anybody plays that game. That like your kids, that to me, you have to be such a great athlete, number one, because you're on blades, you fight. These guys do everything.
It's like 3 sports in one.
And it starts when, Kevin? When does the regular season start?
October,
Okay, so October, and you've been in practice since August?
September.
It's almost a year. It's almost a year.
It's almost
sport.
a year long, and I cannot imagine the injuries and how banged up you are. And I think that plays. I mean, look, I'm a bigger fan of basketball. I understand the game way better. Not that playoff hockey is not exciting, but I always feel guilty because I get into the playoff hockey, and I'm not a regular season kind of person. But like I'm watching the Knicks, and they beat the Sixers. There was no way the Sixers should have lost or been swept. But Joel Embiid is, yeah, I know, but Joel Embiid is so banged up and hurt.
Joel Embiid's always banged up.
Well, that is true. That's part of the problem. But that becomes part of the sport.
It is.
Right? It's part of the sport. So I don't know with the Sabres. I mean, it's been fun to see the city come alive for them. The Buffalo. That's what I mean.
It just doesn't bode well for the Bills, because I think there's a rule that the Bills and Sabres can't be good at the same time.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
And I thought about this. Someone mentioned it, and I thought it was a really dumb comment until I thought about it.
Okay.
If and when the Bills win a champion, or the Buffalo wins a championship, does Buffalo lose their identity?
As the lovable losers?
As the faithful fans that go out and they've broken their hearts 100 times. Does it, if they win a championship,
But they're not faithful fans when they're losing. I mean,
what do you mean,
the Sabres games you could get. That was 90.
Hockey's
I
different.
loved the fact that the Sabres weren't good for so long, because you could just decide on a Tuesday, oh, they're playing Calgary tonight, I want to go, and I can get tickets for $50. They weren't selling Bills games out when they were in their drought.
Yeah, they were. They were filling seats.
They were, but I think at times they were when didn't they run like a $3 ticket thing a couple years ago?
Tickets used to be cheap for the Bills too.
Yeah,
I mean, the difference between hockey and football, though, is football you've got 8. Hockey you've got 42.
Right.
So football, and there's
That
so
is
many
just,
fans
like,
of other teams in Buffalo.
Such a long season, and when are the playoffs done? Like July 1st?
They'll end in
The Stanley Cup,
second to last week of June.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. That's crazy. I honest to God, there's nobody I think at this point in the season that if you're on a team, you're.
But the problem right now is that whoever wins this series between Montreal and Buffalo is going to be playing a Carolina team who's going to be sitting for a week and a half.
Yeah,
because that series won't start till at least the middle of next week.
Yeah. Oy.
And it depends on how long this series goes.
They were just in Buffalo, or they're back in.
They're in Montreal. For the next two.
Okay.
Last night and tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I knew they lost last night. I don't know.
They just haven't played well in their defensive zone the last 2 games. They're just giving the puck up, and they're not playing defense.
I want to say something about roasts, real quick, because somebody said, "Oh, you said it was bullying." Like it would be called
bullying now.
Yeah. Here's the difference that I think between bullying and a roast. Usually with a roast, in my mind, there's love in the room. Because we only roast the ones we care about. At least in my mind. So like if we were to roast Mark, and knowing Mark, the idea isn't to like hit him so hard that he, you know what I mean?
Well, you and I are both trying to make him cry.
No, I don't want to make. No, you such a dick.
Oh, I'm a dick. Yeah, because I'm the only one that would do it.
I would not.
I'm the only one that would do it.
No, because I don't think it's really about humiliation as much as it is the love that's in there. I really do.
But it's not bullying because Mark's agreed to do it.
That's the other thing.
If we just put Mark in a chair one podcast night and just had people come in and start drilling on him,
but hey,
I mean, we've done it.
No, I know. And look, the great roasts, they're brutal, they're specific, right? They like nail people on stuff. They're truthful about things, but there's a built-in connection. They're all built on connection, meaning you know that person. And I just think like without some kind of affection in there, it's just cruelty. So that to me is the nuance of a roast and why some of them work. And you can really tell when someone doesn't really know somebody at a roast.
Yeah, we'll get a shot at Mark saying the tree still loves him.
It was almost a rock.
Shut up. You almost got engaged to her?
No,
No, when he wrapped his car on the tree with his
what
DWI.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, the tree.
The tree still loves
I
him.
thought you said Therese.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Where the fuck is your mind?
Well, you mentioned it.
Well, I didn't.
You mentioned it, and it's stuck in my head. I'm trying to picture how that works.
I'm the only one at this table that hasn't.
Bullshit. Fuck you. That never happened. That's never.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100%.
You did drink a lot in the 90s.
Yes. Look, human beings have
Still
always
smell
teased, human beings have always teased each other, right?
Sure.
Okay, so that's it. I don't know that we became kinder, maybe softer, or maybe it's just more afraid.
We got a president that roasts every day.
This is the thing. Like, I don't ever really get anything too political on things, whatever. But I say consistently about him that I don't know where our country goes after him. I actually had a dream that he died, like not naturally or whatever, and that. But I was kind of bummed in my dream because I'm like, oh, no one's going to be as funny anymore. Like that guy is fucking hilarious.
He's everything that the politicians shouldn't be.
Yes.
But the problem is half the time you gotta fact check whether that tweet you're seeing on Facebook or Instagram is real or not.
When the
Right.
problem
Because
is
sometimes it's so ridiculous.
Yes.
So like this can't be.
Yes.
And you go over here, you're looking like, holy shit, he did say that.
Right. There are times where I have even come on the podcast and I say, I saw this, and he never did it. He never said that. Like he just didn't.
Right.
But I want to go, how many people saw it and went, oh, there we go again. Right. Because it fits. It lands with him. It tracks. It's all that shit. I don't know. But
He tells reporters they're awful people.
oh God, you're awful.
Oh, it's
Calls him
awesome.
fat. Does
Yeah,
everything. He's just
It's like Bill with any meeting he had with management in the 90s
That's right.
or 2000s or 2010s,
was
2020s.
the 2010s. I was very kind at the end of my radio career with management. I was fine. I didn't have to deal with them a whole lot. It was always when I had the agent and I was over at the other company. They did not like that. And they tried to make things difficult. And so I didn't bend. Just made me stay stronger. All right, we'll take a moment. And we have a game tonight?
Absolutely.
Oh, buddy. I'm excited.
Oh, yes.
What? You know you're going to crush.
I don't know. I've lost the last few.
We'll see. We'll get to that shortly. I went down to Watkins Glen yesterday.
What a
I
freaking
saw.
what a shit show that turned out to be.
Well, it did because they had so much rain, and that even the cars, because they have you park in fields, there some guy came with a tractor and was pulling people out.
Was he charging?
I don't know because I saw them signing some kind of waiver, so I'm assuming it was. But yeah, there were a lot of people who got stuck. But it was a beautiful day down there, and I had nice accommodations for it, so it was okay. I was in the pits with the Hayek motor team.
And Racing Randy.
No, Racing Randy doesn't even know I went. Well, he probably does.
Well, why
'cause
would
it's
you
all-
change
Little
it?
speed shop hook you up?
No, this is Hayek Motors. It was an old connection that I had. So
What was the genius to decide to put it in fucking May?
well, that's a great question. So, I don't know why they did that. I don't know if there was some
Still
kind of
snows.
conflict schedule. Yeah, we've
Still
had snow on,
still snows in May.
and now next year it's going to be September
September again.
11th and 12th,
Which they were bitching about the last time. it was
which
September.
I still and I understand why,
And
right?
that's rain season too.
it can be potentially.
really nice, though.
We've had nicer Septembers lately.
Well, September and October lately have been really in the last 10,
Yeah.
20 years have been nice. Have been
But-
nice.
I got to tell you something, man. I was amazed at watching just watching it from that angle again. I haven't been in the pits for a NASCAR race in a long time. I would go in for
It's back, baby.
well, like I did it a lot for radio, but normally, like if I go down to the Glen, I'd like going. Don't make fun of me. I like going for the Ferrari races.
Why would I make fun of you?
I like sitting up on the hill when the Ferrari series comes, and one of those big Adirondack chairs and drinking wine and just watching
That
the race.
sounds fantastic.
Now you just made it gay.
That sounds
Oh, it is
that sounds
fantastic. It's
fantastic.
fantastic because the weather.
Until you bring out the wine. At
No,
least,
no,
at least
that's-
say you're drinking a Guinness or something.
no,
Bring out the wine. You are in
yes, I'm
wine
in a
country.
Ferrari watching Italian cars.
Watching an Italian car in an Adirondack chair with your vest, drinking
Yeah,
a freaking rosé.
Okay, all right.
Weird.
Look,
I'm in.
I know that. Okay,
Cup of
well,
quitters.
maybe we'll go down because I know the guys at the Glen, right? The people who have access. I used to know the track president. He had left, and then this year passed away. Yeah, it was really. Getting into the pits is kind of cool in those situations. I like talking to those guys because I like those cars. But what I didn't realize is when you're watching NASCAR and people make fun of, left-hand driver, left-hand turns or whatever, because even my kids like, I'll go with you and watch people just turn left all day. And I go, this is a road course, number one. And the other thing is, I go, you're going to be surprised at how involved this is. I said, because the technology has changed so much. It is an entire ecosystem functioning under like really, really intense pressure. And so I got to listen in, and you could have gone to any driver, but I was with Ricky Steinhaus Jr.'s team, his Hayek Motors. He's the 27 car. And I would listen to Ricky, and Ricky didn't have a great race. I don't think he finished above 25 in the race. I think he was really towards the bottom. First thing, like he radios in, and you can hear it. And he goes, I don't know what's happening out here. He's like, all four tires feel like they're 100 pounds heavier. He goes, honest to God, I feel like I've never driven a car before. This is what he says back to his team. Then I find out like there's an entire war room in North Carolina where like all these people are sitting, and then
Is all the data
They
being
showed-
shot there?
Go
They
ahead.
showed that in the movie with Brad Pitt.
I didn't see that movie.
You see it, you guys see it then because
Yeah. That's Formula One,
Right.
Right. So here's like I knew they had spotters. You have spotters, and then they'll say to you, "Hey, you're clear. You're clear on the left. If you want to pass, you're clear on the left." Like they can see it. But what the guys back there are doing is there are guys who are looking just at the brake functioning. Like their whole thing is just watch where his brakes are at. And they'll tell them to come in and pit, but they get to the spotter, and they have a direct line at some kind of closed channel that nobody can hear back into that. So it was fascinating. And then the pit crew, the guys that go out, right? So in this race, the guys who are normally on the back, because it's reversed, they're now on the front. So they all have to practice this stuff. And I had been hearing for years that a lot of pit crews were going to big name colleges and recruiting football players.
Yeah. I
interviewed a kid yesterday that I'm going to put out as a Billified bite. And we had to pause a lot of times because all you hear is they're all passing us. But this guy, he's
doing an interview with you during the race?
Yeah, because you had time where Ricky was still
he wasn't have shit to do.
He wasn't coming in. No, he was a tire guy, and then the head of the
you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Get up, come on.
The whole marketing team was I kind of knew these people, so they were helping make it happen. And they were wonderful. But this kid, and unfortunately, I don't remember his name. I'm gonna have to go back through the tape. He was a wide receiver. His dad was he had an uncle that played for the Seahawks, an uncle played for somewhere else. His dad has passed, but his dad played professional football as well. This kid went to Miami, freshman, played on special teams, became a starter sophomore year, and then it was COVID, and he got a heart condition, myocarditis, which many people were wondering because they were seeing an increase in that. Was it because of was it COVID or was it the shot or what it was? So he had that, and he wound up going to Duke because they had the best heart hospital, and he transferred to Duke. So I think he did Duke and then may have gone back to the Hurricanes, like done the transfer portal.
Duke's in the center of it all.
What do you mean?
For NASCAR.
Yeah, right.
Duke's right there.
No, I know. So he goes, he gets a tryout with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback at the time.
I said no.
He said to me that team was the most talented team in the NFL that year. On all levels, he goes, but they just could not put it together. He goes, I don't know what was happening, but like,
was it the first year?
First year with
that
Rodgers.
Was the year he blew his
went
Achilles
right against the Bills. Right, but what he's saying is all over the team just had talent. He goes, that was a really talented roster.
No, they didn't. It was the Jets.
So then he said, well, I mean, there could be some truth to it's the Jets because they may have had all that talent and just couldn't get people on the same page. I don't know. He said that after that, he was like, he could have kept shopping himself around. He got calls from other teams. And I didn't realize that guys in the practice squad, I think the minimum for practice squad players is $400,000 a year. That's what he said. So
that seems a little high, but
he said, I think the new contract is that. He goes, I knew guys were making $290. He goes, because I said to him, I get it. You're not making that much money because I thought they were
$290 is still pretty good.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, hey, So I have no idea what they pay, but now he is the tire guy for Hayek. And he goes, I am so happy. And they work out together. And I think there's a division of, and Randy would be the guy to ask this, but I think Hendrick Motors has almost like a separate company where.
Like a school for pit?
No. Where you have training, yes, but not exactly that.
Like a vocational school for
no,
that,
it's like a consultant comes in from that company and sits with your pit crew and rips them apart and then is there on race day and is overseeing like 4. And he goes in like a Monday morning quarterback and rips the shit out of these guys. And then if you go up top, because I was sitting up top, you ever see the tents that all the teams have? Up top, there's 3 guys with 6 monitors. And they're watching video simulation of the race as it's happening. And you can see where Ricky is and what the line is. And I was like, holy shit, this is an entire ecosystem. I mean, there's spotters, there's fuel strategy, there's guys who are the tire specialists. Their whole goal is to be out of that pit within 7 seconds or less. 7 to 9 seconds is really what they're trying to do. But constant communication, the timing, I had no idea. And so, like, people make so much fun of NASCAR. It was always kind of the joke, right? And I'm like, God damn. I just think you have to have such balls to be able to do that. Number one, like going that fast.
It's not the workers and the crews; it's the drivers and the fans that are the hillbillies.
Well, it is but I mean, God, look, and to advertise on the car, And I guess it would also depend on who the driver is and all. But you're talking like one of those big things. Just a back corner panel, I think, is 25 grand for the season. Right. But I mean,
hey, if it gets hit just right.
I mean, buddy, well, here's the thing is like, and then there's, they'll do complete paint jobs for other sponsors. So if you're a lower tier sponsor, you might get something small, but they redo the car for you during certain races. It was fascinating to me, and I loved it. I loved it all. And we celebrate everybody who holds up a trophy. But I'm like, these teams, nobody wins alone. You do not win alone. There's like 20 exhausted people by the end of that thing, right? And disappointed or whatever. And I go, it's funny, like the older I get, the more I realize high performance at any level is rarely as much about talent as it is coordination. And when I mean coordination, I mean like the whole effort, everybody.
I mean, I don't want to say anybody can, because I'm not saying anybody can drive.
No,
but anybody can drive a car.
Yeah.
But you've got that whole team of making that car.
Yes.
Be that machine.
I mean, they're whipping stuff off the windshield. They're tightening things down. They're doing it. They're getting the tires are.
And they know just, and that
and they know
technology says you need to crank it 3 cranks.
And they practice all the time. And there's workouts and there's all kinds of shit. And I just didn't know that was the level of the stuff. As a matter of fact, they're burning the tires. They're burning stuff off the tires when they come off the car. And then they're checking the depth because they're trying to see what were these the right tires? Is this the right pavement or too high? I mean, I remember talking to guys from Goodyear about what goes into making the tires and the chemistry behind it to match the asphalt and the atmosphere of where you are. It's so nuanced. It's crazy, but it was kind of interesting to see. And I go, man, it is all coordination to really win at any level.
But it's the same thing with like a golf tournament. I mean, you go to the PGA at Oak Hill.
Yes.
You've got a golfer out there swinging the club.
Right. You got it.
But you've got the caddy who's doing all this other reconnaissance.
And probably has somebody. You see them
sports,
sometimes with something in their ear. So there's got to be a spotter.
You've got a sports psychologist. You've got a trainer. You've got a dietitian. You've got all this stuff that goes into this golfer hitting 65 shots.
Yeah.
Big time teamwork.
That's my point.
Yeah.
But nobody sees that. No. All you see is Ricky Senhouse or Ricky Fowler.
Right. And so I saw, like, I knew that they had spotters and I knew that there were guys there and I knew about the pit crew and I knew about them getting division. I didn't know there's a war room back in North Carolina that there's a whole team of people sitting there, But of course, this is the part that I loved because then Jordan's with me and Jordan's kind of jacked up and they're talking to him. And they're like, hey, if you ever thought about doing it, you could go because he had on a Division I team that he played for in college. And they're like, hey, if you're ever looking for change, they're always, come down to Carolina. They're looking for pit crews. So on the way home, he's like, I don't know, man, that sounds really cool. And I go, yeah, but you're on the road every weekend, right? And training during the week, you get home. I said, look, could it be exciting for a couple of years in your 20s?
While you're young, yeah.
Absolutely, it could be. But you have to ask yourself, what do I really want to do? And do I want to be gone every Thursday through Sunday, back Sunday night late, Monday probably a meeting to rehearse, stuff. Tuesday, Wednesday we're packing, and Thursday
can you learn enough to go from being tire jockey, to being spotter guy,
right,
to being war room guy?
I have no idea, but I mean that was thing, and I thought, holy shit! But here was the part that I love. So I'm talking to the guy who does. He's like Hayek Motors main guy for marketing and everything, and I said. I go, you got to fly private everywhere. And he's like, oh, yeah. He goes, yeah, we have our own. So there are companies, like there used to be a company called Marquis Jet. Marquis, anybody could go and rent.
It's like NetJets.
Yeah, like NetJets, 100%. And a lot of times a company will just have a reserve, but you can buy so many things and you can you
just call up and say, I've got this many people going, what plane, this is where we're going, this is where we're coming back.
And are they available and what pilots are rested and all that stuff, and they can do that. So they have this plane, And I go, how great is it to just fly in private? And he's like, oh, he goes, man, he said, we have a plane that seats 50. There's only 25 of us who usually travel on it. He's like, we land. He goes, we get out. Our rental cars are waiting right there on the tarmac. We get in and go. And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, that's the life I want. That's the life I want. Don't you want that?
We keep playing the lottery, buddy.
No, I'm just saying, like, how cool is that? Like, and I mean, he's like, yeah, you fly with the owner and stuff, but yeah, fucking awesome. I was so jealous. I was so jealous. And of course, I'm the only one like who's like, it is your going, how great is that? Speaking of great, I hear there's some news about my alma mater that Kevin is very excited to share that I am not aware of.
Yeah, all this money you spend to go to St. John Fisher, and let me show you the picture that I just found on the internet that I have confirmed is not AI.
Okay.
It is being reported by news channels. Your graduation diploma covers are spelled incorrectly.
St. John Fisher University, Rochester, New York.
Where's the V in university? I didn't know that university was spelled with a B.
Oh my God. So this had to just happen because they went to
Now Fisher's saying that this is some sort of font that they use, but there's never been in the history of the letter B a V that looks like a V.
I have to find mine because this is the font they use.
But now we're just bringing it up after all these years.
Well, who's bringing it up?
It's on a local television news source.
Yeah.
And it's not Channel 8 or Spectrum.
It's got to be 10.
It is 10.
It's got to be 10. They're always digging.
Berkeley's investigating.
And these are the same people that
it is university.
University, baby.
That's what it looks like.
St. John Fisher University.
Okay, so this, I don't know if I know graduation was Saturday for them, I think, for St. John Fisher. So
these are parents that have called into Channel 10 complaining that they spent all this money.
Oh, what a pain in the balls that is. You know what? I have to find mine. I'm pretty sure mine is a V.
We should message our friend Dr. Rice and see if he's got any kickback on this.
Don't say anything. This to me looks like a printer's error. It really does.
It definitely looks like a B.
Oh, I can't deny that.
If you give it back, I'll pull the news story up to the head.
Let me just see. Yeah, I'm going to show. Oh, let's see. My ring camera, my ring light's going to.
I can send you the picture. And
yeah,
she can do it.
Anyway, but the it's kind of it. Man, that's bad. I think it's. I mean, it's funny. To me, it looks like I don't. I'll have to find mine, Kevin. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I know exactly where it is. Mine had the red cardinal red diploma cover, whatever they gave you, and I'm pretty sure it said Versity and not Bursity, and that's funny and embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, if you got parents calling in saying I spent $100,000 in education and I'm getting a diploma that's not spelled correctly, it's not a good look for your university. I mean, I know they're just recently university. They used to be St. John Fisher College, a little bit easier word to spell.
Well, that's true too. And then I used to always joke like, why aren't they SJFU? And they wouldn't. They are the University of St. John Fisher. That's what they are. They are not St. John Fisher University, but the University of St. John Fisher. And I'm like, well, just have a sense of humor for crying out loud, and who cares? Accept it and move on. All right. I can't wait to see the blowback. Do you know how bad those jobs must suck?
Who's getting their ass fired for that though?
Well, I don't know that anybody should get their ass fired because I would honestly.
Nobody saw putting 7,500 diplomas into a folder that the thing is spelled wrong. Nobody saw this.
Okay, well, all right. So let's say that they come back from the printer. And you're putting it in there, and somebody goes, "Oh boy!" And you're like, "Hey, shut your mouth! Shut your mouth! No one will notice."
That's the worst thing you can do at that point.
Oh, poor St. John.
When you say nobody's going to notice, everybody
notices, right? Everybody notices. All right, we'll take a moment. Mark, you ready?
No, I'm never ready.
Did you eat your Wheaties?
No,
Who are you texting?
doesn't matter.
Is it going to be our number one roaster?
No, it's
It's a response.
I'm
It's
kidding.
a response to a Mother's Day text.
You're the best. You're the best. We'll take a moment and be right back.
Figure it out. Do it live.
I'm on the side of St. John Fisher University.
Of course you are.
Because Kevin told me that it was Old English Text MT, and they are correct that the lowercase v looks like a B.
That one you pulled up there doesn't look like the one on the thing.
But it's a longer tail. I get that, but that doesn't mean that the font is wrong. I think they're right.
I think
That is
think
a V in Old English.
I think they AI'd
No, they didn't.
and Chat GPT
They
to
did
get an
not.
answer of what font this
didn't.
is, so they can
didn't.
figure.
I'm going to
something
go
out.
back and look at mine, and I'm going to. Well, I
You're
wasn't
going to say college.
college. It's not going to say university.
Well, see if it's
That's how
spelled
old
with a
I
K
am.
or a C.
Whatever. I'm on Fisher. St. John Fisher, you are still my number one alma mater.
So your only alma mater, I would hope,
No, I've went other. Well, yeah, you're right.
except for high school.
Yeah. All right. Mark and I are about to face off. Mark already he's tuned in tonight because Kevin was playing a song on his phone as we connected it, and Mark goes, "Was that the Sunset Grill?" And I did not get Sunset Grill that quickly. So I'm telling you, you're dialed in, buddy.
But I will also say for the movie question, we usually give you 10 points for the movie.
Yeah.
I've got the songs to be featured in 3 movies from the 80s.
Okay.
I've got points assigned to each movie, and I'll give you points for each of the ones you can name
All right.
and the associated points that'll go with those.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Battle Royale. I'm so excited. Wrong. Started to write something down. Love when Mark gets contemplative.
If you need a friend,
We named the movie on this.
No,
don't look to a
Do you know what the
stranger.
movie on this is?
can't remember off the top
You
of my head.
know in the end,
Say it on that.
I'll always be there
All right, I want. I
when you're in
I
doubt.
know the song. I don't know who it is.
When
I don't
you're in danger.
I'm going to get my ass slammed.
Been so long since we've done one of these. I've got a couple in the can. The next game we're going to do, I've got some great ones that will probably stump both of you. I know.
As I was going over the Corky-Terry Mountains, I saw Captain Sparrow and his money he was counting.
I got it.
I first produced my pistol,
Based on a friendship.
then produced my rapier. I said,
I'm trying to remember when. Oh, wait. Well, I think it's on the reissue. Man, I miss Saxon music. You know what I mean?
True story.
Come on now. Play that thing. You know this?
Yeah.
So do I, but I don't. Why do I draw blank? I go blank.
I do sometimes too, though. So.
You drink so much.
No.
Spelling counts tonight. St. John Fisher University.
It's not university.
She touched by me in painted on jeans. And all had turned cause she.
Oh!
Break me down. You got a lovely face.
I love this band.
Go to your place.
They're playing somewhere
Don't freak me out. Scream so
around here. I might be Binghamton area.
you want me to stay.
My friend has seen them a bunch of times, loves them.
Can we forget about the things I said when I was
Drunk. That's what I always say.
I know the song, but
There's a great video of this.
Yeah, I got the wrong band.
Somebody doing a cover of this in Nashville, and the lead singer kind of standing
Oh, that is
outside
cool, yeah.
in the window watching,
Oh.
and it jumps up on stage with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
thank you. That helped.
I might go to, might go to Nashville for a 50th birthday party.
Maybe I'm underestimating my 50th. Instead of a roast, I should go somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
When they shoot out the lights, 50,000 watts of power.
And the movie question. I'll take 3 different answers to the movie, each having a different point value to it. And I feel like Mark can get 2 of them pretty easily. The third one might be difficult.
I'm getting bored driving up and down the same old strip. I gotta find a new place where the kids are hip. My buddies and me, you're getting real well known. Yeah, the bad guys know us and they leave us alone. I get around, I get around, come to
I can't remember this was.
3 iconic movies of
Yeah,
the 80s as well.
Wow. I have a movie
two,
that.
two very iconic and 1 pretty iconic movie. Back to the top.
Okay.
Mark's still stroking his beard.
Yeah, I had no idea. Mark, you got anyone? I
Nah.
said need a friend. I wrote 1986.
I got 84.
It's The Promise from When in Rome in 1988.
Oh man, sucked on that one.
Come on, Bill.
I don't know. I said Jody Watley. If he really loves me, 1983.
We should be in
From the
Paris.
bottom of a tub.
Shut up.
Whitney Houston.
Oh. I got it. How did I not know Whitney Houston? I couldn't place it.
I knew he had Whitney, so I could come out with that one. What year did you have?
1987.
Did you have for a year?
I wrote 83, thinking it was
It
somebody
is
else.
How Will I Know from
How
Whitney
Will I
Houston,
Know?
1985.
I fucking suck. How did I not get
Jody
I fucked up the
Watley.
song.
I know. I don't even know where my head was. Metallica, Whiskey in the Jarro, and I'm trying to think, like, I feel it was on the reissued.
It was on. It was on like a.
I said 1998.
91.
It is Whiskey in a Jar from Metallica, 1999.
99. So I got 10 points. I'm happy with That's all I got so far. Oh, I got this one, Mark. I got it.
Did you get
Billy
it?
Ocean.
It is Billy Ocean.
Queen.
It is
And
Caribbean
I said
Queen.
1983.
I got 86.
It is Caribbean Queen Billy Ocean 1984.
Oh man. Okay. Mark
Buck Cherry.
Buck Cherry.
It is Buck Cherry.
I said
Crazy Bitch.
I just wrote bitch.
It is Crazy
Yeah,
Bitch.
you got that. I didn't get that.
2011.
2001.
2006.
Oh fuck. You get 5 points for that. I'm coming up blank on this one, and I should know it. Yeah, and well, Mark knows it because
We used to get drunk and do this at karaoke.
I don't know it.
Neither one of you got
I
this
thought
one?
you said you knew when he said
I don't really know.
when I was drunk.
It's my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
From Lit in 19...
Lit. I almost wrote down
99.
Lit will be playing.
90, what year?
The
Lit
Lit
is
is playing the Hoochie
What year?
From
The free
99.
night. The free night.
98.
All right, this is okay. I don't know if this is Montrose or if this is Sammy. I wrote down Sammy Hagar,
It is Sammy Hagar.
and I don't know the name of the song.
Heavy metal.
It is heavy metal.
And I wrote down 1986. I don't know why. Because he was with Van Halen.
I'll just write it down or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
guess
yeah,
again.
bro,
I have 81.
Heavy metal from Sammy Hagar, the Red Rocker, 1982.
Okay. Hang on.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around.
Beach Boys.
Yeah.
It is the Beach
I
Boys.
Get Around.
I Get Around.
1965.
I wrote 1966.
It is 64.
Okay, that's what I was trying to.
What we got for movies?
Look Who's Talking was the only one I had.
That's a 10-pointer.
Okay. I wrote one down that I don't think, and I'm trying to find out if it was actually on the soundtrack or not.
Just give me the song. I'll tell you if it
You
was.
won't know. I think you're gonna lie to me. I wrote.
What'd you write down?
I wrote down American Graffiti. It is not on American.
No. I gave 10 points for Look Who's Talking. I would give 15 points for Good Morning Vietnam. And I was going to give 25 points for Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Disney movie.
Why did I think
It's a
this
great
was it?
movie.
I was trying to remember. I can't remember what song is playing when somebody moons somebody in American Graffiti, and they drive by pressing ham against the window. I thought that was.
I haven't seen that movie in maybe
All
ever.
right, I only got 30 points.
I got 60.
Yeah, you doubled me.
The guy is back.
Yes, I told you were on fire tonight. You were in. You were all good.
I have found some great ones for the next one that it will probably stump.
I guess we do need to do this live somewhere.
Start doing some research. What can I bring that will stump?
All right.
Why are we giving up Mondays?
I'll talk to you off air. He mentioned it to you.
Yeah.
All right, good. And I think it's better for you anyway.
Yeah, I told you weekends
Yeah.
are better.
Yeah. So we'll see. All right. God, that sucked. Got my ass kicked. Yeah, his voice is so distinct and so good.
And
Sammy.
He's probably the
So good.
best singer.
Saturday, we were watching Montrose, a live Montrose concert.
Yeah, I
Hey,
wasn't
he
familiar with Montrose.
Montrose is fucking great.
Yeah, but he doesn't sound like he aged.
He
Other
didn't.
people get older.
And here's the
sounding.
thing about Montrose. All the guys in the band
Yeah.
went to the Sammy Hagar's band.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get the impression that he's a great guy to work with.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't Eddie is dead, so he can't say anything.
no, but Alex and Eddie were very difficult.
I think
people.
Eddie was.
It was
very
their band.
difficult.
It was their band. Plus, Sammy wrote a reason why they wanted nothing to do with Sammy. He wrote a very truthful book. Eddie and Alex were drunks.
Yeah. My heart bleeds for those kind of people.
I mean, you understand. You're a drunk.
Well, I'm not a. Yeah, alcohol has been a.
You're a drunk. You're not an alcoholic. Alcoholics go to meetings. You're just a drunk.
I'm just a drunk. I'm going to start going.
We can go a meeting together.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do
You
that.
would start. No,
you would do a set.
You would
about
start.
7.
You would
Hi,
start.
my name
laughing.
is Mark, and I look like a fucking thumb.
you would start laughing at the right. You'd look like
I can't because I look. If you're dealing with something like that, it's heavy stuff. I know that people get upset when people talk about addiction and someone says, "I'm not sure it's a disease," and I do say that. I'm not saying that it can't manifest in the body as a disease. It can't become something that your body becomes dependent on, therefore disease-like. But what was driving you to find this escape? What is that issue underneath it? Because if that
My wife, and she's a disease.
no, but you don't understand what I'm saying. Like if you don't fix that, whatever that is,
explain to us.
for me,
Yeah.
avoidance.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, avoidance of things that were painful. Like I
Family, children,
couldn't do it.
life.
I just couldn't. Right. Well, most of the stuff. Right. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but when you avoid any feelings, like true feelings, because you don't know how to handle it. That's why I've even said things like, I don't know if I know how to grieve my father's passing. I've been told by several people, I don't think you grieved your father's death. I don't know how, because I don't like touching those feelings. And I'm trying and I'm learning, and it is important. And I think that I can see all this stuff. Probably the worst part of the courses I'm in is seeing the stuff that was intergenerational that you pass forward and watch it play out in your own kids. And that sucks. That part really sucks.
Right.
The worst. And so, yeah, I mean, that was definitely my thing, was avoidance. And it was fun. It took you into a different space.
I know.
You became somebody else.
I was there too.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about your boys. They didn't get the feelings diddled out of them when they were 7.
That's true too. Also don't know 5 different ways to get out of a
On that note,
ticket. Yes, we're out. We're out. You're right. Goodbye. I'll see you. Look at Mark. Mark's already out. He's already gone. He's already gone. All right. For the soldier who crushed tonight. Crushed. Kevin putting together a great game. That was good. Good stuff. I'm gonna go home and take a peek at the Kevin Hart roast.
Better carve out 3 hours.
No, I don't have 3 hours. Can I fast forward through? Well, you know what? You know what I'll do is I'll watch it in shifts. I'll just pick it up here, pick it up there, do that sort of thing.
Jesus Christ, Mark's already at the door.
2 hours in.
I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you next time. I fucked up.